Hello guys, how do you want here in today's video? And so today we're going to do some Mortal Kombat stuff today. Let's talk a little about some things today due to the fact the new Mortal Kombat 1 gets coming out, which is, what I understand, is it's not a remake of the first game or a continuation to Mortal Kombat 11. It's basically supposed to be something new something different, according to Ed Boon himself. Um, it's almost like he said it's like a new start of a beginning, which is interesting. So, and beings that we're seeing, beings from someone I heard, they're kind of doing like either like a time travel or a multiverse kind of like um thing going on here. So we'll see. We'll see. I made my own Mortal Kombat 1 roster for the characters that I like to see and things like that. I'm also making a separate video for guest DLC characters to add to this thing as well. So I'll definitely do a guest DLC thing for a separate video that I'll read next time. Um, so right now, what I have here are just basic Mortal Kombat characters on this character roster. And then for my separate next video, which is my separate one, is gonna be with guest DLC characters that I like to see, put in this game. Okay, so here we go. We have Sub Zero, Scorpion, Liu Kang. Um, we have Shang. We have Shang Tsung. Now, I realize Shang Tsung is going to be like a pre-ordered like character. I don't mind because I think eventually at some point in time, after his pre-order thing goes on, I think they should have him as a downloadable DLC character or something for people to purchase so that they have him. I think that's what they would do with some of the pre-order ones after they're done. Because all the pre-order is getting certain early accesses to things and stuff. I think that's what they should do with Shang Tsung's character, is make him buy him as DLC after his pre-order is done. Next one is Raiden, Johnny Cage, Sonya Blade, Melina, Noob Saibot, Kano, Kung Lao, Shao Kahn. Ow. I realize, but I can see Shao Kahn being in a DLC unless he's one of the roster characters. But if he's not a roster, I could definitely see him as a DLC. Katana, Goro. I like to see Goro return. Jax, Ermac, Sindel, Nightwolf, Natara. I like to see them kind of run around Natara a little bit and stuff as well. I feel like Mortal Kombat 1 would be a nice little re-entry of the character. Reptile, Baraka, Onaga, which is a Dragon King character. I like to see him return, but I think I kind of heard that, and maybe it's probably rumors, but I think I kind of heard that Onaga might be the villain for the one game, which would be kind of cool because it's been a little bit since Mortal Kombat 1's. It's been a little bit since Mortal Kombat Armageddon, he was the villain for that, so it'd be kind of cool. Quan Chi, Shinnok. I can honestly see Shinnok being a DLC because it's been a little bit since we've seen Shinnok kind of be the villain since Mortal Kombat X. So I would assume they would have him as like a DLC, right up there with Shao Kahn. Quan Chi, I could see him as a base roster character because it's been a little bit since we've seen him last. Cabal's character, I did like him in Mortal Kombat 11. I like to see him actually return, which is another favorite character I like to play around with. Next one we have is Shiva. I did like her in 11. I'm glad they kind of brought her back and stuff, and kind of like revisit her character a little bit in Mortal Kombat 11, really. I like to see her make a return for Mortal Kombat 1. Jackie Briggs and Cassie Cage. Devora. I don't really care too much for this character, but I know there's some people that really enjoy this character and they're not actually kind of like playing with this character. So, Kotal Khan, Smoke Fujin, which is Raiden's brother, I do believe, which does like wind or which is like god of wind and stuff. So, and they kind of did show him a little bit in the Mortal Kombat One trailer and stuff too. So I would assume he's on the game as either and more likely probably either, it seems like a base character. So hopefully. The next one we have is Farah and Tawa and Tora. Now I did hear that they're actually supposed to be in the new one, but I think I heard them as cameo characters, which means we'll play them in the story, gets them in the story, but not in the boss. I'd say I don't really care much for cameo playable characters. I want them to kind of add them to the game and stuff. That way you have, that roster and stuff. Um, Next one we have here is Scarlet, which she was in Mortal Kombat 11. She was a cool character for Mortal Kombat 11. I kind of like to see her return for Mortal Kombat 1. Takeda, Takeda's character, which or Tarkada's character, um, from Mortal Kombat X. I like to see him return, but they like again with Farah and Tora, they have him as a cameo, which I'm not liking that either. I really hope they kind of put him as a base playable character and not a cameo character. Because I know whenever Takeda first came out, he was a very big fan favorite for MKX. So like for a character like that, I don't get why you would want to do that. But the next one we have here is Kungjin, which is also off of Mortal Kombat 11, which Mortal Kombat X, which was another character that had the bow and arrow kind of thing. I thought his character was kind of interesting, and he kind of looked like a similar Nightwolf kind of character because it looked like that's either he was like a relative or or a student of his basically, which I kind of enjoyed his character a little bit. And I kind of hope he returns as well. Aaron Black is always fun to see him return as this like Western cowboy bounty hunter character, which is kind of cool. Kinchi, Rain, Trimmer. Now I know Trimmer is returning, which I think I heard he is going to be also another cameo character, which I'm not liking that because I really kind of hope they have him as a base playable character and not a cameo because like in Mortal Kombat X he was also a very big fan favorite for Mortal Kombat X because his moveset and skills were freaking awesome. Just like he's this brown ninja with like rock, I think either rock or some type of ground abilities that he can do, which is really kind of cool. Also make earthquakes and things, so it's kind of neat character. Tanya, which was also on MKX, I thought her character was pretty cool, and of course it's adding the rest of female ninjas in there too. Jade, Frost. Frost was a cool, interesting character, and I could definitely see her returning for MK1's game. So, Cyrax and Sector. Now in Mortal Kombat X or no Mortal Kombat 11, they weren't really playable characters, but Cyrax was kind of made a cameo appearance and stuff that you kind of fought against. So same with Sector. Excuse me, Sector. Wow. Add the X there in just a second. That was kind of weird. Sextor. Just joking. Um, if I remember correctly, they both were just cameo characters. So I'd like to see them actually return as playable characters for MK1. So that'd be kind of neat. Striker. It's been a while since we've seen Striker. I know Striker kind of runs around with Johnny Cage and those types of characters. So I think it'd be neat to have Striker return and stuff. So I think it's been since Mortal Kombat 9 since we've seen Striker. So like, hopefully they bring him back and stuff. Kintaro, which we've seen him from Mortal Kombat 9, because you had him and Goro. You can freaking, you couldn't. The only way you could play against those is if you played the ladder and stuff. Because if you played the ladder and stuff on Mortal Kombat 9, you can either fight against either Kintaro or Goro's character. And that was the only way you could play against them. Because I don't think they had them as a base character unless they had them for like a DLC code like deal in order to have them. But I think that's the only way you could play them or play against them, anyways. Another one is Motaro. Now I like to see actually Motaro, the Minotaur like character. I like to see him actually return as a playable character because I think it's been a little bit since we've had Motaro in a Mortal Kombat game. Not only that, but he was like one of the most difficult ones to go up against in the ladder, especially with Goro and Guitaro up in there too. Next one is Sarina, which she has been in Mortal Kombat Armageddon, and I think she made an appearance in Deception. Plus, she's also in the Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero Mythologies. So I think it'd be kind of neat for her to return for him. I didn't know that she made a cameo appearance in Mortal Kombat X, where where Katana pretty much killed her off. But I like to see her actually return. We have Movado, which I did hear that is making a return as a cameo character, but I kind of hope they change that as a playable character because, like, I feel like cameo characters, I think, kind of ruin the potential of like the character. I kind of really wish they'd just leave them as base or put them as DLC instead of having characters as cameo. Because I mean, I get some of it, but like, I know most of us like to have majority of these characters to play around with, and then go from there. To me, I like to have the more fighters to play with, the more I can just like, the more the merrier. And I think that's kind of how I feel with fighting games like that, with big rosters and things. We have Darius, which I think the last time we've seen Darius was from Deception and I think Armageddon and maybe Deadly Alliance. I'm not 100% sure on those, but I think it's been a little minute since we had him. Havoc, this character has been in several Mortal Kombat games, including Deception, Armageddon, Deadly Alliance. He was supposed to be in Mortal Kombat 11. I don't remember if he ever got actually put on Mortal Kombat 11 because he was a very heavy requested character to be in Mortal Kombat 11, so I just didn't notice if he was on there. I like to see him actually return. I know several other people have been asking and want that character returned. So next one we have here is Chameleon, which is the Chameleon Ninja character. I'm actually kind of glad he is returning, but I'm not liking the fact they have him as a cameo character as well. Especially since nobody's seen that character in like forever. Since you have this ninja that could change and all the other different ninjas and not only use their abilities, but like I really kind of hope they change that and make that a base character or a DLC. I think bringing a Chameleon back would be a really cool thing, especially, or you could do like a revisit of the character like he did with Shiva in Game 1 kind of thing. The next one we have here is Chameleon, and this is the female Chameleon character that can change to the female ones. Now, I think since they have Chameleon, which is the one that they mentioned was one with the K, which is the female one that was on that they mentioned about Mortal Kombat 1. I'm assuming the male version is going to be on there as well. But if they're both going to be cameo characters, which is really going to be kind of a bother, I really kind of hope they make them as playable characters because you can definitely do probably some different things with those characters because when you had Frost and Sub-Zero, since they both have like ice capabilities, they kind of gave Frost her own different type of ice abilities, similar separate from Sub-Zero. I mean, yes, they had similar abilities, but like there were certain skill sets that were different compared to the two. So I feel like you could definitely do the same with both the Chameleon characters. So the next one, um, but I definitely like to see them both return though. The next one we have here is Bo Raichao, which was on Mortal Kombat X, the big character, the drunken master like character. That character I wouldn't mind seeing return. I thought he was kind of interesting character to like. No, I didn't realize he's been in some of the older games. So, the next one we have here is Lin Mai. Has been in Deadly Alliance and Mortal Kombat's Armageddon and Deception. I like to see. I think I like to see that character actually return, especially since adding their female character to the list and things. Next one we have here is Rico, which I like to see him actually return alongside with Scarlet's character because there's a lot of Scarlet references of Rico in the Mortal Kombat 11 game that was kind of fun facts on. Next one we have here is Kai, Jarek, and then last but not least, Centurion, which was on Mortal Kombat 11, which was the Crystal Elder God like female character. All those characters I like to actually see return for Mortal Kombat 1, which is a base roster of 60 characters that I have here, of just basically Mortal Kombat characters, original characters. Like I said, I do have a list for DLC guest characters that I'm gonna have a video for from the next video that I'm gonna make tomorrow, which is the guest character list. And then once I add top of the DLC guest characters, I'm gonna kind of bunch them all together and like come up with a roster edition and go from there. Tell me what characters you guys are excited to look forward to, and what do you guys think of my list? Are those characters you'd like to see actually return? Because like I have all the ninja characters basically on there now. So if I'd like to see new characters come into Mortal Kombat 1, I think it's time to have a couple of new I like to see a couple of brand new ninja characters come into Mortal Kombat 1 and stuff. I wouldn't mind having a character such as like I know he was a fan made character, kind of an accident basically, but I think it'd be kind of cool to have a character like Chrome, for example, having a liquid metal ninja like character, kind of like the T-1000 Terminator character, or maybe a Magneto like character, manipulate like metal and stuff. Because I remember when I seen concepts of that, he's either going to be like a silver or white ninja. So there was kind of juggling to figure like what design he could look like and stuff. So, and then there was another one that was called Philiox, which is a plant ninja, which I think would be kind of cool because I don't think we've had a plant ninja character that could do plant-based abilities and stuff, which will be kind of similar to probably Poison Ivy, for example. I think that'd be kind of cool, and I think for Philiox was supposed to be like a maroon like color, or a like a dark pink maybe like color. So I don't know, we'll see. I think those are two characters I'd like to see actually like come in and as new characters for Mortal Kombat and stuff. I think it'd be kind of interesting and something new to get into. Um, I think that's pretty much it, guys. Post a comment section below. And if you'd like to hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as always. And I'll see you on this video, and goodbye.